Reagan Reeves, a speech language pathologist at the Rise School of Austin, and I am here today to help you become your own speech language pathologist at home to your child. Today's video is mainly geared toward children who are pre-verbal or have early verbal skills. We are going to discuss two different ways to help encourage verbal skills. These are some of the precursors to speech. The first being joint attention, and the second being making choices. So joint attention is the act of connecting between two people and then with one object. So basically, if an example would be if a child saw an airplane in the sky, they might look up at the airplane, point, and look at you to make sure you're looking at it as well. So joint attention comes in different phases. So first would be with the adult-led joint attention. And basically what you would do is kind of copy what your child is doing. So if your child is like banging on the table or banging on something, you might bang back. Or if your child is verbalizing or babbling, you might verbalize back too. So the child, what you're wanting them to do is notice that you're imitating what they're doing. And this can develop over time and more complex as well. The next thing is finding motivating things for a child. So basically, if there's something that your child loves to do, or an object that they love, or a food, you might look at the object and see if the child's looking at it to get a reaction. So if they look at the object, if you're giving choices, then you'll, oh look, you're looking at this one. So they're attending and they're understanding that you are seeing what they're doing and they're getting feedback for that. The next thing a child might do is reach for an object, and so that you're establishing that joint attention by giving the child what they're reaching for. After that, the child might start pointing at something, or you might point at something to get their attention to look at. And so anyway, that's just this reciprocal connection between you and your child and another object. The next thing is making choices, and this is really easy to do at home. Sometimes children just need the ability to have some power and some say over what they're doing, even really early on. So for example, if your child wants something to drink, you might give the child a choice between milk and water, or even a different sippy cup. Do you want this one or this one? And have the child start making choices and giving that child some autonomy and understand that the cause and effect, that their gestures and their eye contact and their sounds have some meaning. And you can do this in a variety of ways. You can have them choose between two different toys. You can, if you're blowing bubbles, bubbles is something most people have around their house, you could say, oh, do you want me to pop it on your nose or on your toes? And have the child, either signal by touching or glancing down at their toes, and then they get this feedback, oh, on your toes, and you pop the bubble on their toes and they get this reaction. So anyway, these are just two different ways that you can really work on these pre-verbal precursors to verbal skills. All right, good luck. Bye.